All right. Hey, Dr. C. Cole Beckwith here. I'll be going over the chosen four of the Southwest Transit, the final segment of the Southwest Transit project. So for my A team here, I've got Ian, Natalie, Elizabeth, and Caitlin. Decided to keep Natalie around due to her leadership abilities. She's a very good communicator. She de-escalates tense situations, and she's very goal oriented. Elizabeth, she possesses open mindedness, and she prefers to work in a team oriented environment. She also is uh, possesses a lot of job commitment. Caitlin, she's the youngest of the bunch, and I think that would cause her to be highly motivated for this assignment, knowing how meaningful it is. And she also does very well with taking on challenges. And then Ian, he's tech savvy and is creative. Cutting out Susan and Bob. Bob was the hardest because he's the veteran of the company. He's been around since the beginning. However, I think that he was a little mentally checked out in terms of already being retired, kind of had a careless attitude. So that was the deal breaker there. And then Susan, she lacked work ethic and would often rush her work and have to redo her work, which would um, be time costly. So for strengths, we have uh, relative to the strengths-based development approach, this whole team is diverse and heterogeneous. So based on the book, that is a very desired strength when it comes to complex tasks such as this. And then listed in front here on the strengths slide are all the strengths that are possessed by all these team members that were gathered from the bios. Weaknesses, although heterogeneousness can be a strength, it can also be a weakness. So Natalie will have to monitor time management. And then complacency, Natalie has tended to be complacent in the past. However, she's the leader now, and I think she's well aware of it. And so I think as long as she's disciplined, she'll be able to overcome that. Elizabeth is a little impatient, so would have to monitor her time management, make sure she is taking her time with her work. Ian, as we know, is an individualist, and then Caitlin, she suffers from constructive criticism, and it tends to impede her performance. For motivation, we're going with Herzberg's two-factor theory of motivation. We'll be getting rid of the hygiene dissatisfaction factors before moving on to the motivational factors. Elizabeth, she would benefit from better working conditions and obtaining new skills. Caitlin and Natalie, they'll benefit from the use of autonomy, and Ian will benefit from interpersonal relationships, being the assistance with interpersonal relationships. And then for motivational factors, Ian and Caitlin, they're both motivated by achievement and recognition. Elizabeth, Caitlin, and Natalie both enjoy teamwork development, and so they'll be motivated by advancement and growth. For conflict management, by use of the interpersonal conflict management strategies, collaboration and accommodation will be of high value here versus avoidance and competition, because we're in a team-oriented environment in an organization. And then the multidisciplinary framework theory, that'll be helpful for knowing the root cause of a conflict. For goals, we're going to go with the path goal theory here. There's a clear path through goals for which each team member has become clear and concise to reach the end goal of saving Southwest Transit. And Natalie, she is our leader, and I think that she'll serve as the proper role model that the path goal theory requires. And then she also possesses the leader behavior traits such as directive, supportive, participative, and being achievement oriented. For conscious capitalism, each member enjoys seeing his or her skills being effectively used and having the drive to be a part of the organization, which is what was defined by Raj Sisodia. In turn, they all value being a part of a higher purpose. And so for stakeholder orientation, I decided I selected motivated workers who want to serve a higher purpose. And when I reviewed all possible prospects for this marketing team, I looked at the ones that possessed high levels of job commitment and motivation, so that they are not only motivated for saving their jobs, but the rest of the stakeholders as well, such as customers, investors, the community, etc. And so for stakeholder value and impact, for employees, their value is job satisfaction. Customers, they will value the quality of the product. And suppliers and communities both value safety and health, as well as economic development. Suppliers and vendors will also value revenue. Investors, they're unique because they're inherently stakeholders. However, they're also shareholders. By being shareholders, they're inherently stakeholders. And so their value is returns on investment. And then the government, their ultimate stakeholder value are the taxes, such as corporate taxes, payroll tax, sales tax, anything that is taxed through the business. And then I think we hit. And that's it. Thanks for watching.